fuck is this game awesome? Remember the multiplayer maps from Up Your Arsenal? Well, Insomniac decided to make them the main focus of their next game, which became the second best game this series has ever seen. Ratchet Deadlocked was released in 2005 for the PlayStation 2, then ported to the PlayStation 3 in 2013 by a company named Idle Minds. Now, a lot of people didn't like this game purely because it's a darker tone than the trilogy, levels are similar in design, and Clank is not there. These are the same people that think Sonic Forces is a decent game. Exactly. Anyway, the story is that Ratchet, Clank, and Al are kidnapped and sent to the Shadow Sector, where they are forced into competing in an illegal sport known as Dread Zone, run by a guy named Gleeman Vox. If they don't, they will be killed. This game's cutscenes... oh god, the state of them. Just ignore it, it's a bug in the HD version. Why are Al's glasses opaque? The gameplay here is similar to what we've been playing so far. Lock Strafe mode is now the default camera option, and I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't see why you wouldn't play this game in Lock Strafe mode. I don't know why, but it just works. In this game, Clank gives you tips and tricks on how to progress, so in his place is a pair of BattleBots, who are fully customizable. Paint jobs, weapons, and headpieces. Hey, just like you, J2. Ratchet also gets different color palettes for his armor depending on your rank. When you complete Dread Zone challenges and tournaments, you earn what are called Dread Points. These don't really amount to anything, but hey, if you ever wanted to show off, well, there you go. The higher you rank up, the more challenges you can participate in. If you're looking for all those extra goodies you've come to love from the preceding trilogy, such as titanium bolts and the Insomniac Museum, sorry to say, you will not find them in this game. This game is solely based on hard-nosed, in-your-face, super edgy weapon combat. I can understand why there's a good chunk of people who don't necessarily like that about this game, but I honestly don't mind it at all. It's a welcoming change of pace for the series, and the comedic dialogue is still present and accounted for. Weapons can be upgraded to V10 now, and in challenge mode they can go all the way up to V99. I am not making that up. New to this game is being able to apply whatever mods you want on your weapons. Alpha and Omega mods can be upgraded and then applied to any weapon you have available to you. My personal favorite combo is the Dual Raptors with the Freeze mod, with a very close second being the Arbiter with the Napalm mod. Skill points and skins make their return in this game as well. Obtaining 5 skill points grants you the ability to change the color of the heads-up display. So if you don't like the default red, you can change it to something else. I'm more of a blue guy myself. Perfect. See, this is why I love this game. There is so much customization here, allowing you to pick and choose. But enough about the cosmetic stuff. Let's talk about the game itself. In the game, you play exclusively as Ratchet, and you command the BattleBots with the directional buttons. I gotta say, while I don't necessarily use it, it is nice that the game uses L1 as a second jump button. Charge boots and gravity boots make their return, as well as vehicles. You can control an airship, the Landstalker, a hoverbike, and the Puma. The great thing about these vehicles is that they don't outstay their welcome. Every challenge can be completed within 2 to 3 minutes, which isn't too long, nor is it too short. It's a nice middle ground, especially when you have to do 4 or 5 challenges back to back. Pacing is key, and Insomniac once again hits the sweet spot in this regard. They also managed to do all this without throwing too much at you and saying, "You figure it out." Remember what Square Eye Jack said? Quote, "It's not about how much you have to offer, it's about how much you can offer with what you already have." End quote. Oh, did I mention you can also purchase upgrades for your wrench? Yeah, that's pretty awesome. You know, maybe the series will turn out alright from here on out. Are you listening to Reflect by Gargura like I told you to? Then no. Throughout the game, these two news anchors, Dallas and Juanita, constantly portray Ratchet as this vigilante psychopath who preys on the innocent and eats babies. Man, the shit you could get away with in 2005. Just look at Crash Tag Team Racing. Or Hi Hi Puffy Amiyumi. As such, Ratchet and Team Darkstar, yes, that's the name of your team, are sent to the Ghost Station after defeating Vox's #1 competitor, Ace Hardlight. After shutting down the station, Clank reveals that we must take a shuttle to the control level to destroy the central computer, cutting off all power in Dread Zone. Vox catches wind of the scheme and sets a timer for 10 minutes. If Ratchet doesn't complete the challenge in time, everybody dies. Now Dallas and Juanita, with their lives in peril, all of a sudden have a change of heart for Ratchet. But you know what? You painted me as some kind of sick freak, so fuck the both of you. I feel like the timer is a bit too generous, especially since dying resets it entirely. Anyway, once the last generator is destroyed, we are teleported back to the Battle Dome, where we take on Gleeman Vox himself. The strategy is the same as every other boss. Just dodge and shoot. That's about it. Once Vox is defeated, he pushes a self-destruct button, and Ratchet is rescued by Clank. They escape Dread Zone and listen to calls from Kid Nova, Hydra Girl, and yep, Captain Quark. The credits then play, and after that, we briefly see Nefarious and Lawrence again. Random, but okay. Now what about Challenge Mode? Oh yeah, it's back. It's the same as the previous games, so I have nothing to report, really. However, there is one last thing in this game that you can do. You can grab a friend and play co-op mode. Hey, J2. Too late? Oh, quit your bitching. Co-op mode. Fuck yes! In this mode, you and your friend can team up and play through the campaign together. Don't go wandering off on your own, though, because if you do, your shock collars will be triggered and you'll have 10 seconds to return. If you don't, kaboom! You both die. So you have to make sure you're always within a close proximity of each other. I can appreciate when a game's co-op mode requires coordination. This is the one thing I miss about couch co-op, and playing this game with Mr. Glitch reminded me of what I used to miss out on as a kid, because I had no friends.
Hello there.
So, this game was pretty damn sweet. What was I thinking? Here I was saying that this series was heading for a downfall. Incorrect hypotheses aside, haters of this game can shove it, because Deadlocked is a fun time killer and a huge adrenaline pleaser. Does that make sense? Probably not, so I'll use layman's terms. Is good. Nothing outstays its welcome, everything is well paced, the memorable cast of characters are still as charming as ever, even in a darker tone than what we're used to, and God, I keep failing to mention the music. It's great. Take a listen for yourself. This game is still available on the PSN store as far as I'm aware, because that's where I got it after all. Could you not tell by the cutscenes? Anyway, enough trying to pad this review out longer than it has to be. Time for some closing thoughts. In all seriousness, I love this game. It's my second favorite in the series, as I mentioned earlier. You have so much customization at your leisure, different difficulties to set the NPCs to, and by the way, clicking R3 to expand the minimap doesn't pause the game. My prayers were answered! With all that being said, Ratchet Deadlocked gets 8 out of 10. Is that too generous? Perhaps. But you can't deny this game performed much better than Up Your Arsenal. So with the launch of the PS3 in 2006, Insomniac decided to take the time to work on the next installment in the Ratchet series. But during their hiatus, they gave the series to a company called High Impact Games, who developed 2 titles for the PlayStation Portable. I think I know where this is going. Well, I don't know. What do you think, J2? You alright there, buddy? Why do you keep saying that? Oh, that's why. Be sure to like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications.
Juanita.